Yeah, you better work out, buddy. Yesterday, I was at an Argentinian bakery in Culver City. I was having a cheat meal. I had just had some mole tacos, and that was at the K and Dave's in Culver City. Then walked to the Grand Casino Argentinian bakery and had this thing called the mil hojas. It's like this giant triple-decker pastry stuffed with a dulce de leche filling, and I was eating it. It was all over my face. You know how strangers look in your eye, and then that brief second you have to make a choice. You're going to apologize for looking like a beast, or you're going to grab the beast by the horns and just look at that person and say, that's right, this is me right now, deal with it, baby. So there was that in play. So I gotta work out, man. I don't know how fat I am. I'm rocking a Seiko tuna on a Super Engineer. For those of you who don't know me, I suffer from a disease. It's called watch addiction. I don't even know if I should be making watch videos because they just stimulate my addiction. That's another story. So here's what I want to talk about today. I'm not a big fan of Fred Rogers, of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Not a fan, but I'm going to defend him today. I did grow up watching him. My mother was hospitalized for a year in 1968. I was 6 years old. I lived with my grandparents on 2nd Street in Long Beach. And my grandmother, she encouraged me to watch Fred Rogers every day. You know, and I did have a crush on Lady Aberlin. I had a huge crush on her, so I didn't mind watching the show. Not a huge fan of kids shows in general. I find them to be too cloying, a little too saccharine. So I'm not a huge fan of Fred Rogers, but I watched a documentary with my wife about Fred Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? And there was a part in there where people accused Fred Rogers of being evil, of encouraging a whole generation of narcissists. And because he said this thing, I think you're special. And to me, that's a straw man argument. A straw man argument is someone misrepresents your point to make you look bad. That's what straw man is. And I think Fred Rogers, who was a liberal Christian minister, you know, he had enemies on the political right, and so I think they used a straw man. If I say you're special, and if I say I accept you unconditionally, which is part of the Christian message of Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers, who was an ordained Christian minister, it doesn't mean that you accept yourself as a slob, as a sloth, who just sits in bed all day smoking a bong and watching Netflix movies and embracing your specialness. That's not what it means to be special. When I take the doctrine that we're all special, I look at it in the context of Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. In that great book, he says you can't give people meaning on a silver platter. Your meaning is individual based on your very, very specific relationship between you and the world. How you engage in the world is your life meaning. And I'm a teacher in Los Angeles. I'm a community college instructor in Los Angeles. Teach writing, and my life meaning is very specific to the circumstances. Your life meaning is very specific to the circumstances that you have. And in that regard, we're all special. The second thing I want to say about being special is that it doesn't mean being a narcissist, being a slob, just accepting yourself for being a slob and having no standards. It means the opposite. If you believe you're special, then you have standards, you have purpose, and you have discipline. Because you respect yourself. So, you know, self-respect requires a lot of discipline, requires a lot of work, requires to embrace a life purpose. If you respect yourself, you're not going to lie in bed all day and smoke a bong and eat Hot Pockets and watch Netflix, which I fear we may be coming to if we all get universal basic income. If we get mass unemployment, it may be the least of all evils. That's another video. So here I am. I'm not a fan of Fred Rogers. I'll defend him. I saw the documentary. I was waiting for the demons in the closet. I was waiting for Fred Rogers' alter ego, his Jungian shadow. Nothing, man. The dude was a sincere, legit guy. The only thing that I learned new about him from the documentary was that behind that gentle facade, behind that gentle demeanor, was a steely ambition and intensity to perform his mission, which was to create this show. He really did want to help kids, but I could tell that if you messed with him, if you compromised or impeded his ability to get that show running to the standards that he had, the very high standards that he had, you would face a side of him that it is not the gentle demeanor that you would see on the show. So, not a big fan of cloying kid shows, but I got to defend Fred Rogers there. So that's it. No other news. I got to work out now, man. I probably gained 15 pounds, man, eating. Not only did I eat the what is it called, mielojos, I believe. Forgive me if I ate these donut balls stuffed with the same dulce de leche, and I put them in vanilla ice cream. It was an epic cheat meal. It was, got to call it a cheat day because I had 2 cheat meals in one day. Epic. I'm probably ruined, but I got to do it, man. All right, I'm out of here today. Tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm out.